Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TammyTalks here. Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 16, This Isn't Best Friends at First Sight. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, subscribe to the channel. I need 50 of y'all to hit that subscribe button. I need 100 of y'all to hit the like button, and then I need everybody to hop down into the comment section, okay? So let's talk Stacia and Nate. So I know y'all saw I did just a basic recap last night. Let's dig a little deeper into the couples now. All right, so Stacia's main thing with Nate this entire episode is really her wondering if she can have conversations with him without triggering his insecurities. And Stacia's really feeling like anytime that she wants to go deeper, anytime that she wants to have like a deep conversation about progressing the relationship further, he finds a way to link it back and say that she is triggering him in some capacity, and basically Stacia's sick of it, okay? We're all tired of it. I'm tired of it. So when Stacia meets with her friend, she talks about how her and Nate are like, they're good for each other. They have similar personalities and mannerisms, but she is very concerned that he lacks experience. Mainly, but what Stacia really means by that is she's concerned that Nate has never been in love. So we know that Nate lived with that girlfriend for 2 years. He said that they were never in love, though. So Stacia's like, he was going through the motions. I want to make sure that that's not just what he's doing with me. I want to make sure that's not where he's going with that. So she's worried about that. And her friend tells her, you just got to kind of talk to him. Nate, on the other hand, talks to his dad and his sister. And he's more concerned about one, being homeless if something were to happen and they break up. In his eyes, he's homeless. You're not homeless, baby. You just go sign another lease and get your own spot. And then he's concerned about Sasha's parenting, because she said that she wants to be a fun mom. And he's like, you can't have fun with a kid. His dad was like, yeah, you can. It's fine. Y'all will be just fine. Like, y'all will be okay. So when they come together and they're hanging out in this big group with everybody, Stacia brings up how she gets irritated with the fact that Nate does not trust her. She can say something to Nate and he doesn't take her serious. He doesn't, hold any stock in what she's saying. But if somebody else says it, then it's like, oh, okay, cool. And, she feels a way about that. And I'm the same way. I absolutely hate people that do that. Don't ask me for something and I tell you and I give you my opinion, or I try to explain something and then you kind of go back and you ask somebody else, and because this other person told you, oh, now it's all good, now everything that I said, okay, I see that now. That bothers me too. So when Stacia and Nate have their romantic dinner at the end for the last meal that they have before decision day, they get into it about the topic of love. So we know that Stacia wants Nate to say that he loves her before decision day. I don't know if that is her deciding factor, but that's what she wants, okay? Nate has known this from jump. She's been very vocal about this. She's been very open about this. So when they're sitting at the table, where Nate is being super brave, wearing white, eating spaghetti, I could never. I'd have had to get a white sauce if I was him. But when they're having this conversation about love, Nate gets offended, and he said it's just too early for him to say it. Stacia is asking him, so what is kind of like the hold up? Nate said it's too early. Like, we've only been together 8 weeks. He said that is something with him that comes with time. He doesn't want to force that. Valid. That is a perfectly fine point. Kudos to you, Nate, because nobody wants you to, the rest of us. I don't know about Stacia. But we don't want you to force yourself into saying that you love this woman if you don't mean it. He wants Stacia to be patient. He said, hell, I can't even walk around naked in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not at that level of comfortability yet where I feel like I can say that just yet. I said, as much as y'all been fucking? Okay. Stacia wants to know if he even knows what love is, because he has never been in love. Nate was like, sure I have. I had like puppy love. She was like, no, mature adult love. We're married. So Stacia's biggest thing is she doesn't want to be in a loveless marriage. And you cannot fault her for that. You can't. But if that's where you're going, and if you're so adamant on this person being head over heels, mad in love with you, then you should have went the more traditional route when trying to find your husband. This is not the show for you. The fact that Stacia went in and changed her last name and did all this extra stuff, like she was doing too much too fast. And now you're trying to pull Nate to the level that you're at, and it's not fair to him. So Stacia feels that if he was actually in love with her, she would feel his actions and stuff a little deeper. So now Nate is on some, well damn, nothing that I do was good enough. That's how he feels. Like he'll never be able to make her happy. He would never be good enough because Stacia has been moving the goalpost. Every time she wants him to do something, even though he's doing it, she moves the goalpost over a little bit more because she has this vision in her mind of what marriage is, what a perfect marriage is, and what she wants to get out of it. Stacia has her life planned out. Okay, it was really just Stacia looking for her Kendall to place at the altar and then to place in the bedroom because she wants a baby. And that's really all she wanted out of this entire situation. So Nate is getting more and more upset. He's like, I got this tattoo, even though it's fading. I got this tattoo, even though I can cover it up easily. I got this tattoo. This is my commitment to you. And she's like, yeah, it's showing commitment, but it's not showing love. The argument was stupid. The argument sounded stupid. Even though I feel like because Nate has been telling Stacia, I'm falling in love with you. I'm falling in love with you. I can feel myself falling in love with you. If you're going to tell her that over and over and over again, you can't be mad or feel away when she asks you, where are we with love? You had to have known that that was coming. And it is crazy how Nate gets offended by that. So he gets up, he storms away from the table. Fine, so now you got a little attitude. Have one. He then comes back and tells her that he is stuck with you. Is Stacia pregnant? Reddit says she's pregnant. Somebody pointed out in my comments that they zoomed in or they played like eerie music when Stacia mentioned gaining weight. So maybe we're going to get a baby reveal or something like that at the reunion. Reddit has said that she's been spotted and she is pregnant, but we'll see. Or they saw a baby bump, they're saying. Y'all gonna stop putting pregnancy on folk that ain't pregnant. She could have had a food baby. She could have had a food baby that day. But nonetheless, Nate feels that he is now stuck with her. So they're at an impasse. What's going to happen, even though I do believe they're going to say yes on decision day. If you know, don't write it down below. But I do think they're going to say yes. And they're going to be in this constant loop of him kind of walking on pins and needles because he doesn't want to get put out that house. So he's going to feel like he always has to do what she wants, how she wants it, when she wants it done. And that is not a good feeling to have when you're in a relationship. She, on the other hand, is always going to be wondering, does he really love her? Because let's say that Nate tells her he loves her on decision day. Is she going to believe him, or is she going to think that he is just saying it because that's what she wants to hear? You know what I mean? So later that evening, when they're in the bed the night before, they separate for decision day, Nate tells her that basically you're the trigger. because she wants all these big blow up arguments to stop happening. So she's like, when are we going to start using the tools that we've learned in therapy and all that type of stuff? Nate was like, I did use it. An hour later, I came back and I used it. Stacia wants him to be able to dig into that toolbox and use those tools and those methods and all that stuff right in the moment. That's not going to always happen. Stuff like that takes practice. Stuff like that takes time. It's not going to be, I learned this tool 2 weeks ago in therapy and my mind is going to automatically switch to turn that tool on and now I'm able to stop myself. It takes practice. But Nate called Stacia a trigger. He said, well, the reason that I'm having this is because you're not giving me any positive reinforcement. I told you I need that. So what that does is that ties into my insecurities, which then ties into you triggering me, which is what Stacia said at the beginning of the episode. She does not know how they are going to have communication if everything that she says and does, this camera, I feel like it's not focusing. Everything that she says and does is a trigger to him. They're going to say yes on decision day, but they're going to have a rough go at it, I think, until they get to a more even place. Let me know who you guys think is wrong in this situation. Is Stacia wrong? Or is Nate wrong? Stacia has been making it very clear to him that she wants to hear and I love you. Nate has been doing all but teasing her by saying, I'm close, I'm getting there. So is he wrong for the way that he's gone about it? Or is it Stacia's delivery? Let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys in the next one.